Okay, so in today's video, we are covering a verb that is similar to one that we just did in a prior video about gustar. So this one is interesar, which is to interest. And if you saw the last video, if not, it's okay, you can go back and watch it. But if not, you understand that it happens the exact same way. It is set up the same way. It looks the same way. The verb is different, but our setup and how we do sentences going to be the exact same as gustar, because that's actually a concept in Spanish. It's called gustar and verbs like gustar because they follow the same set of rules. So if you're just joining us, it's all right. Welcome. Let's get to it. So interesar is a Spanish verb that means to interest. So we have our pronouns here. Me, which is the yo form. Te, the to form. Le, which is he or she. Nos is like the us form, or like the we, us or we. And les is they and them, or them, all right? And we have a certain way that we set it up. We have pronoun plus interesa or interesan. So I put the slash mark here because it's either going to be interesa by itself, or it can be interesan, like with an N at the end of it, plus the thing or the object that interests you. So let's get into an example about that. So we went over what our verb is for the day, what are our pronouns that are going to help us, what is our formulaic sentence structure, and let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, before we get into an example, I am going to go ahead and cover this right up at the front about the interesa versus interesan. So let's go ahead and look at that. So there are two types of words we're going to use. Interesa, or it can be interesan with an N. All right. These are our only two conjugations. And now what dictates which one we're going to use? What controls our conjugation, whether it's going to be interesa or interesan? The thing. That's it. So whatever you're talking about, the thing, the object, whatever interests you, the thing that interests you, if it is one thing, it's going to be interesa. Stands for just one thing. But if it's multiple things or plural, then that's where we add the N. So multiple things. So think of it essentially as singular versus plural. All right. So let's take a look at an example. So now we understand what are our two conjugations and why we use those different conjugations depending on the sentence. Okay. So let's take, for example, let's just talk about Spanish. Let's say you want to say, I'm interested in Spanish, or rather, Spanish interests me. If you want to say Spanish, I'm interested in Spanish. In Spanish, it would more be conjugated like Spanish interests me, but we'll go over that in a minute. All right, me interesa el español. So let's break it down on why this sentence says what it says. Me, because I'm talking about myself here. So we would use the yo form of the pronoun me. Interesa, which is the next part of our equation. And then el español, which is the thing part of the equation. Now, if you look here, el español, it is one language, one concept, one thing. So that's why it is interesa, because it's literally just one thing. All right, so that's how we say, I'm interested in Spanish, or Spanish interests me, okay? Now, let's look at the plurality version. If we want to say more than one thing, we can say, let's say, for example, we can say, I know, we can say businesses. Let's go with that. We can even learn a new vocab word. So let's say, me interesan los negocios. All right. So this is a sentence that says, okay, I'm interested in businesses. Like, let's say you want to invest in Amazon, you want to invest in Walmart, you want to invest in Publix, any business out there, those are called los negocios, the businesses. So if you want to say you're interested in businesses, okay, me interesan los negocios. All right. Now, let's say if you were only interested in one business, like you're only interested in, say, Amazon, then we're going to go ahead and we will change that back singular. So, me interesa by itself. And then it's going to be el negocio. All right, so there you go. Me interesan los negocios. We can actually codify it up here. I'm interested in businesses. Now, this is how it roughly translates to English, but the way Spanish speakers do it, it's more like businesses interest me. So just so you know, they have a different setup and a format for it. So it would be more like businesses interest me. So yeah, businesses interest me. Me interesan los negocios. So no matter how you say it, it comes down to the same meaning. I'm interested in businesses. All right. So that's how we would say that. All right. Now, let's do some other examples. All right. So now let's look at, remember, just add water. That was a joke we had in the last live or the last video. If ever you want to add, if you want to say that something does not interest you, you're going to just add no. Like they say in those commercials, just add water. This one is just add no. If ever you want to say you are not interested in something, then you'll put the word no before the rest of the sentence. So it'll be no me interesa el negocio. Okay, so now you're saying I'm not interested in business. I'm not interested in the business. So yeah, all you gotta do is you just add no at the beginning of the sentence and then you carry on with the rest of the formula. Okay, so just thought I'd throw that in there. And now it's time for us to play around with some other types of pronouns because we use the word me a lot. Let's look at some of the other ones. What if I wanted to say, like, let's say we're looking on Indeed.com. It's like, oh, you know what? I like that job. I'm interested in it. And then I want to say it back to you like you're interested in the job. So if I want to say you're interested in the job, then I would say te, because I'm talking the you form, the to form. Te interesa el trabajo. And what that roughly translates to is you're interested in the job. Like, oh, you're interested in the job. Te interesa el trabajo. All right. So that's a example using the te up there. Let's see. Okay. How about we do one about we? We. What if I want to say, and I'll put it in English first, so we can do some reverse translations. What if I wanted to say, we're interested in traveling. So if I want to say we're interested in traveling, I would say, first start off with nos. Interesa. And then travel, it's a verb that is viajar. So we're interested in traveling. Interested in traveling is nos interesa viajar. See? And so even though nos is we, more than one person, that doesn't mean it's going to be interesan because it's not based off of the people talking. It is based on the subject. And viajar is a singular subject. Now, if we want to say that again using plurality, what if we want to say we're interested in the houses? Say you are with a real estate agent, you and your friends, and you're looking at houses, and you want to say, you know what, we're interested in the houses. We can say, We're interested in the houses. So if we want to say that, now we're looking at plurality, more than one house. So now we're still going to say nos interesa, but this time it's going to be with an N. Interesan las casas. See? There you go. Simple. Nos interesan las casas. We're interested in the houses. Now, what if we want to just go ahead and swap it out and say less? Like, what if you're not included in that group of people? What if you are the real estate agent, you have some clients, and you're telling like your coworker they are interested in the houses? Well, now we just change out a couple of things. Les is the they, them pronoun. So now let's say you're a realtor and you're on the phone with your coworker and you're like, yeah, they're interested in the houses. So they're interested in the houses. And this time it's going to be les. Les interesan las casas. There you go. All right. So simple, very easy. Once you get used to the structure and you play around with it and you practice it, it is very easy to do. And it's fun. So that is our mini lesson for today on interesar. And you can follow us on TikTok for the rest of the lessons and things that we do over there. We have a lot of fun activities over on TikTok, Black Girl Spanish. And yeah, and I know I didn't go over the last one, but just so you know, the he or she version of it. So that is something you could even put that in the comments. So yeah, that's actually good for you. You all's homework. If you're watching this, put in the comments, give me a sentence using the le pronoun correctly. And remember our setup. Okay, bye-bye.